Are you tired of eating the same old foods every day? Sick of living off of Wendy's and In-N-Out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Well, look no further, because I have the perfect food to satisfy your needs for a vibrant and intense new flavors in Indonesian cuisine. Composed of 6,000 populated islands in the world's largest archipelago, Indonesia stretches from Sabang to Merauke and covers a whopping 6 million kilometers squared in area. Not only is Indonesia a melting pot of ethnic and cultural diversity with around 300 different native ethnic groups, but it also produces food items with the most basic of ingredients, including coconut milk, beef, and buffalo meat. The Indonesian cuisine that we will be most focused on today is called rendang. In a survey conducted by Cable News Network in 2011 and 2017, rendang was voted as the most delicious food in the world based on readers' choice, making it the prime choice for our focused food group. Rendang was also counted as CNN's #1 for the 50th best foods in the world, which holds much pride for both Indonesia and its people. While rendang is known worldwide and has... According to its history, rendang is a food made with beef simmered in spices and coconut milk. The precursor to rendang is reported to be North India's curry, as Indians came to West Sumatra to trade and brought along with them their own culture, making curry very greatly related to rendang. Ingredients for preparing Indian curry and Minangkabau rendang are very similar, including onion, coriander, cumin, and ginger. While rendang holds several historic similarities in terms of ingredients and cooking style to curry, it is eaten slightly differently. As according to Professor of History, there is no specific way to eat rendang in the Minangkabau culture. In the old times, rendang, a traditionally preserved food, was used as a reserve or supplies for travelers on their long journey, and was only wrapped by a sheet of paper and eaten using hands. But during important events, rendang is served with other dishes such as gulai, rebang, or a stem bamboo soup, fried fish, and many other exotic dishes. Aside from the many accolades it's received, rendang is a traditional dish of West Sumatra with generous amounts of different kinds of spices and ingredients, including meat and coconut milk. The origin of rendang can be traced back to the Indian merchants, who brought their food to Indonesia, which was adapted by the Minang people as gulai. The Minang people cooked this gulai further to prepare kalio. The cooking process was then continued until it thickened and became rendang. It is a common tradition for the Minang people to eat beef dishes, and it has been reported that rendang Minang is cooked for up to 6 to 7 hours at a temperature of 80 to 95 degrees Celsius. Spices and herbs that are used to make Minangkabau rendang are garlic, onions, red chilies, turmeric, ginger, pepper, lemongrass, galangal, star anise, kaffir lime leaves, bay leaves, turmeric leaves, and asam kandis. Characterized by its dry texture and strong fragrant aroma due to the slow and long cooking process, Minangkabau rendang holds a dark brownish appearance. Rendang came to West Sumatra in the early second millennium when immigrants from Indonesia in the 1900s, especially the Minang people, took a long journey to Malaysia and introduced it to the people there. The word rendang originates from the word merendang or randang, which means slowly, because of its incredibly long time to complete the cooking process. It is a very treasured and honored food amongst the Indonesian peoples who take pride in cooking it. Its main ingredient is beef because of its abundance in West Sumatra. However, nowadays, people cook rendang with different kinds of meat, including chicken. Rendang is revered in Minangkabau culture as an embodiment of the philosophy of musyawarah, or the discussion and consultation with elders. The Minang people believe that rendang has 3 philosophical meanings: patience, wisdom, and persistence. Cooking rendang requires patience in the amount of time it takes to cook, persistence in stirring, and wisdom in settling the fire. Wisdom is needed in choosing the ingredients such as meat, chili, and other spices that are required to achieve the desired taste. Many aspects, such as patience and experience, are needed to achieve perfection. Ingredients for preparing rendang depend on the availability. Originally, beef and buffalo meat were used, but now one could see more diverse kinds of rendang. Rendang is a verb derived from merendang, making rendang. Words such as stir-fry or salute can be used for many kinds of ingredients. For example, sautéed kale, sautéed bean sprouts, etc. Similarly, rendang is actually a verb that means eliminating or drying the water by stirring. Rendang means slowly. It is based on the rendang cooking process that takes a long time. According to the Minangkabau people, it is reported that rendang is a pride and also an honored food. It must be prepared at the datuk coronation ceremonies, engagements, marriages, and other important traditional events. An event that presents 1 kilogram beef rendang placed in a special plate at the end of the row among other dishes conveys several meanings. One of the purposes is to show or reflect that the host or stakeholders can present this special dish. After the event is held, rendang is consumed by the host. Small pieces of rendang that are placed with other dishes are consumed by the guests. In some events, a wooden model is used as a symbol of meat. It is covered by spices and oil. This is done because the guests do not eat that special rendang. Nowadays, treating rendang as kapalo samba has faded due to modernization. It has been claimed that the 4 main ingredients represent Minangkabau society as a whole. The meat symbolizes the Niniak Mamak, the traditional clan leaders such as the Dutak, the Datuk, the nobles, royalty, and revered elders. The coconut milk symbolizes the Kadiak Pandai, intellectuals, teachers, poets, and writers. The chili symbolizes the Alim Ulama, clerics, ulama, and religious leaders. The hotness of the chili symbolizes Sharia. The spice mixture symbolizes the rest of Minangkabau society.
In Indonesian society, women perform vital roles both within or outside the family. In rural native society, certain positions such as traditional midwife, traditional healer, tourist, and shaman are often held by women. Despite their roles seems to be reduced, if not rather than confirmed. After the adoption of somewhat patriarchal culture of Hinduism, Buddhism to Islam, and Christianity, women still hold important positions, especially within family. The Minangkabaus are known as one of the few traditional societies that applied matriarchal and matrilineal culture, where property and family names is inherited from mother to daughter, and husband is considered as guests in their wife's household. The Minangkabau culture also recognizes a permanent historical female figure, Bendokangdor, the matriarch of Minangkabau society. Today, it refers to traditional institution consists of female older revolved in adult of their society. The Minnan people believe that Rendang has 3 identities: patience, wisdom, and persistence. Cooking rendang requires patience, persistence in stirring, and wisdom in setting the fire. Wisdom is needed in choosing the ingredients such as meat, chili, and other spices that are required to achieve the desired taste. Many aspects, such as patience and experience, are needed to achieve perfection. Religion plays a major role in life in Indonesia, which has the largest population of Muslims in the world. Many different religions are practiced in Indonesia, and their collective influence on the country's political, economic, and cultural lives is significant. Based on the 2000 census, the approximately 86.1% were Muslims, 5.7% Protestants, 3% Catholic, 1.8% Hindu, 3.4% others. The video I am going to play has more information about Indonesian religions.
The two most significant celebrations in Indonesia are Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr. In Indonesia, where the majority of the population is Muslim, there are various traditions in a number of areas in which people welcome the holy month of Ramadan. Although traditions may differ, the spirit remains the same, which is joyful and gratefulness in welcoming the holy month. Ramadan is a religious holiday that requires fasting for 30 days. During this month, Muslims must refrain from eating, drinking, smoking, marital relations, or getting angry during the daylight hours. This is a time to focus on prayer and faith. Ramadan reminds them of those that do not have food. It brings peace, generosity, and humility along with a sense of unity. Eid al-Fitr is the celebration that comes at the end of the Muslim month of fasting, Ramadan. It is celebrated with much joy and festivity to celebrate the successful completion of the fasting month. Family and friends cook traditional foods, new clothing is worn, children receive gifts of money, and visits are made to recreational parks. Eid al-Fitr Day begins with mass prayer gathering early in the morning at mosques, open fields, parks, and on major streets. On the walk home from the mass prayers, quick visits are made to friends in the neighborhood to ask for forgiveness for any wrong they have committed in the previous year. Families usually have special meals such as rendang, ketupat, opor ayam, sayur lodeh, and tumpeng. Ketupat is rice cake wrapped in woven palm leaf punctured in the shape of diamond. Opor ayam is very tasty and delicious. It is a dish consisting of chicken cooked in coconut milk. Sayur lodeh is a vegetable soup prepared from vegetables in coconut milk. Today, most of Indonesia serving tumpeng as a special dish to celebrate a special occasion such as birthday, wedding, anniversary, family gathering, farewell party, and many other events. Most tumpeng served on tempa, which is rounded woven bamboo container, covered with banana leaf, and surrounded with assorted of Indonesia dishes. Traditionally, there should be a balance between vegetables, egg, meat, and seafood. There is a philosophical meaning on every part of traditional tumpeng. The cone-shaped tumpeng is a mystic symbol of life, and it also symbolizes the glory of God as the creator of nature. Various side dishes and vegetables represent the life and harmony of the nature. The vegetables represent a food stock that provided by plant kingdom. Egg to represent the winged beasts. The animal meat to represent a land animal, and fish to represent sea creatures. The holiday traditions like Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr bring the Muslim community together.
The food protocols in Indonesia as are follows. Social events generally start late in Indonesia, usually arrive 30 minutes after the started time. A fork and spoon are used for dining. The fork is held in the left hand and the spoon on the right. Use the fork to push food onto the spoon. Most Indonesians are Muslims and consume no liquor. The host is always the last to sit and eat. Men are generally served first, wait to be invited to eat or drink. The guest of honor or senior person begins the meal. This is a distinct honor. If you are asked to begin the meal, you should refuse twice and then begin. When finished with the meal, place the fork times down on your plate with your spoon down, crossed over the fork. In many parts of the country, it is quite common to eat with one's bare hands. In traditional restaurants or households that commonly use bare hands to eat, such as Sudanese and Padang restaurants, they usually serve kobakan, a bowl of tap water with a slice of lime in it to give a fresh scent. This bowl of water should not be consumed, rather it used to wash one's hands before and after eating. In some restaurants, one may require to share a table, yet involving a conversation with strangers that shares table is not necessary. A smile and a slight nod during initiate contact is sufficient. Usually the one who does the inviting pays the bill. But in other places, they still use the spoon and fork to eat. During a dinner or a luncheon invitation, the oldest man, most senior family member, or the honored host has the right to initiate the meal, followed by the rest of the family and the guests to help themselves to the dishes. Indonesian meals are commonly eaten with the combination of a spoon and a fork, or one's hand. Hi. So I'm gonna show you how to make rendang, but I kind of altered the recipe a little bit. This is actually beef rendang recipe, but I'm using meatless meatballs for this recipe. So for anybody out there that does not eat meat, you're more than welcome to actually have some meatballs. So the ingredients consist of, well, I'm using meatless meatballs by Gargain. And I'm also using, instead of vegetable oil, I'm using coconut oil for that. And then here are the ingredients that I'm actually going to put together like a paste. It's galangal, red chili, ginger, candle nuts, garlic, shallots, salt, palm sugar, turmeric, cloves, coriander, and cumin seeds. And after I've actually cooked all that, I'm going to incorporate also lime leaves, tamarind paste, and 4 lemongrass. I will actually post the ingredients and the measurements into the video, so that you guys would know what the recipe is all about and everything. So I guess I'm going to proceed and show you how to do this meal. All right, thank you. Hi, so now we're going to incorporate all the ingredients and try to make them make a paste. So I'm using this magic bullet to actually try to make a paste. So you just need a little bit of water. Actually, the recipe calls for a little bit of water. So until it becomes paste, I'm going to incorporate everything. And so that's basically what we're going to do. I'm going to incorporate all of these ingredients, which is the shallots, the red pepper, the cumin seeds, the coriander, galangal, ginger, turmeric, salt, palm sugar, cloves, ginger, and the candle nut all together, and I'm going to incorporate it and to make a paste out of it. So now I'm going to incorporate 2 of the mixtures that I just made with all the ingredients. So I'm going to mix all of them and incorporate both. Oops. Yeah. Happens all the time in kitchen. So, and then we just incorporate it, mix it, and then after that I'm going to show you guys how to actually cook this with the oil once I incorporate both of them and mix them, and then I'm actually going to cook them with the coconut oil in the pan. So now I'm going to start frying the meatballs, the meatless meatballs. You could actually bake it, it's just healthier. I'm actually using coconut oil instead of the vegetable oil, which I will use later for also frying the paste. So I'm going to start frying the meatballs actually and put it aside. So as you can see, it's kind of tedious, but after I fry this, you guys can put it aside and until I cook down the sauce. So now we're going to start cooking the paste. So, oh, before I forget, 2.5 coconut cream, not coconut milk, but coconut cream, basically is what I'm using. So this is actually Savoy coconut cream. So instead of, which is this is 2 cups, but I'm going to put like another half in it. You know what I mean? So I'm heating up my pan. So, and then I'm starting it with the oil. So I'm going to heat it up. And then once it's completely heated up, I can actually put my paste. Okay, this is very crucial. You cannot leave your sauce. You have to keep on stirring until it becomes a little reddish. So all of the paste is completely cooked. So, you know, you can't leave it because we're gonna actually put your, see how it's changing colors a little bit? It's actually becoming a little bit more red, and you want it like that before we put in coconut with cream. So we'll lower it down a little bit. It smells so good right now. So now we can actually add coconut milk. Coconut cream, I mean. So now I'm incorporating the tamarind, the lime leaves, and the lemongrass into it. And then just wait until it cooks. Don't be afraid about the lemongrass because it's going to be taken out after it's cooked. So, and it's going to soften. So, and then wait for a couple more hours, and I'll incorporate, and then I'll put the beef, the meatballs, once it actually becomes a little bit more condensed and it's actually simmered. It had reduced a lot. I'm going to incorporate the meatballs right now. So I'm going to put the meatballs now, and it has to reduce a lot more to make it dry. And we'll come back for another hour until it's reduced and see how it looks. So here, as you can see, it looks edible and it looks good, and actually we can actually eat this right now. But this is what they call kalio, which is the wet version of rendang. So we actually, as like I said earlier, we have to it has to dry up a little bit more, and so it'll become caramelized. Everything will be caramelized and brown, dark brown, and that's when it becomes rendang. So we'll wait for another hour. So this is how it looks when it's actually completely done, and you see that it's reduced so much and it's caramelized a lot, and the darkened color actually came out. It's a lot darker than it was earlier. So now we can take out these, which are the well, you know, the lemongrass. So we're taking that out, and as you can see, it's beautiful. It smells so good. So we're taking out all that. Which is the lemongrass. It smells really good. And then we're going to arrange it and show you guys the finished product. So now you can see this is the finished product of what I did, and I hope you guys enjoy and would like, and you guys could tell us what you guys think of the taste. It's actually a little, not that much spicy, but it's definitely very, very good. So enjoy, and hope you guys like what I just did. Thank you. It's good. It's spicy. Wow. I did put some stuff on it.
Yeah,
But the rice itself,
it's
it's not
pretty
spicy. The rice is really spicy.
I mean, I'm pretty terrible with spicy.
Wow.
Satay sauce.
Really? Really?
It's not that spicy. I feel like you can handle it. You want to try it? You want to try it like this?
Come on.
Anything. Just take something. I think
I'm trying the chicken.
Oh, this one.
it's good for a cold, though.
Really? Yeah.
If like spicy food.
Hard. Go ahead. It's hard. It's pancake.
Pancake.
It tastes like a vegetable, no? Oh wow, that's sweet.
Sweet.
You guys need to try it. Get small. Get small cups. Can you see if you can ask him to get a plate or something?